has got deep implications to the environment. I mean, Malaysia is quoted very often in a study done by Jembak that appeared in a peer-reviewed journal in Science. When she listed top 10 polluters, Malaysia is there in number 8. We're not excited about the figures, but we feel collectively we can change that situation, and we have to do that. And as per 2015 figures we know, we collectively as Homo sapiens, humans, have dumped about 8 million tons of plastics into the ocean. That's huge. If to just put it into a simple way to understand, every minute I'm speaking here, 1 truck of plastics will go into the ocean, all around the world. So that's how big our footprint is to this planet. And I think studies have shown that about 800 species will be threatened by plastic pollution. And that species includes us as well. Yesterday when I was speaking at another event, I said the theory of karma is so perfect. What you sow, you reap. So every plastic we put out there, when through our course of life, I'm guilty of it as well at some point of my life. We thought it will not affect us. We thought my colleague from KPKT, Housing and Local Government, would come and pick up the rubbish and it will be solved. No. The science is proving, science is showing, peer-reviewed journals are showing that the plastic that you're putting out there in the ocean is breaking up, it's becoming microplastics, it's getting into your sea salt. If you still consume salt, if you still consume sea life, you're probably getting it back into your system. So it's, sorry to use this reference which I'm close to, the theory of karma, it comes back to you. So what you sow, you reap. And the impact is big. I was at an event, and a friend of mine from University Science Malaysia, based in Kubang Krian, the medical faculty, he's an oncologist. He never thought in his lifetime, being a medical doctor, he will be talking at public lectures about plastic. Because when he was studying the morphology of certain parts of the body, especially the duodenum, the intestine, he found interesting morphological patterns that could be induced due to microplastics. And he's taken now a trouble, or he feels that just talking about cancer doesn't make sense. He's talking about environmental impact on human health, including microplastics. So this is how big the issue is. It's really big. It's as big as climate change. We know the globe is warming up, but not every impact that you see is due to climate change. Climate change is augmenting it. And if the world does not do anything about climate change, we know we're going to get, at least by 2050, a planet which is about by 2100, a planet which is 2 to 3 degrees Celsius hotter. In fact, right now, the science is showing it's only 1 degree Celsius hotter. We're also at a juncture where we are losing biodiversity at unprecedented rates. It's really high. We're losing many megafaunas, many flagship species like the Malayan tiger. I mean, so all this is interconnected, and plastic has got a big equation in all this. So I thank you all for coming today, because I think we need to be in this together. And as producer of products, gone are the days, I think, you produce a product, your bottom line is just profits, but I think businesses need to start changing your bottom line. The bottom line needs to include 2 other P's, just not profit, the planet and the people. I think it's inevitable. And I think some of the people, when we interact, they say, why should we do this? I mean, we are here to make business, we are struggling, the economy is tough. But I think in the long run, we have seen businesses that move and adapt to try to be more sustainable are the most competitive. And there are many examples of this in around the world. When I first started my career in the civil service in 1997, the term cleaner production was so famous. And in Malaysia, we've got 98% of our businesses are small and medium scale industry. The big guys will somehow change because they've got the economy, they've got the research capacity. But what about the 98% of the small and medium scale industry? We need to help them. And I think this is where we feel the Malaysian Plastic Pact can provide this solution of where no one is left behind. We can be in this journey together, and I'm looking at the big multinationals and the big Malaysian companies to help the smaller and medium scale industry towards a more sustainable trajectory. And this is the only way forward. So that's the reason why we thought, following what UK has done, UK has got the first plastic pact where businesses, government, NGOs get together and form a cohesive group that does many things. So when we came out with our single-use plastic roadmap in 2018, it was drafted by the government, and I see some of my colleagues who stayed late nights with me to draft this. I noticed Puan Azlina and team here, Aznita and team here. When we drafted that, We realized we had mixed reaction from the industry. Some of them loved it. Some of them said, you're going to kill us by coming out with this single-use plastic roadmap because you are just demonizing plastic. No, we make it very clear we are not demonizing plastic. In fact, we always say plastic is one of the best innovation man had ever done. But we want just people to start thinking about how we deal with plastic. And this is just not the consumers, it's also the industry. It's also the producers of plastic. So we always say this, Malaysia is blessed where we are located. We are a biodiversity-rich country. We've got huge, amazing biomass. And the solution for an alternative polymer might be lying somewhere in our rainforest. A beautiful synergy between a microorganism and a biomass could probably produce the polymer of the future. So in that regard, when we came up with the single-use plastic roadmap, Pact provided a research grant to any innovative ideas to transform any biomass into an innovative polymer that could replace the traditional plastic. While doing that, we also feel behavioral changes needs to happen. You could go on using the same plastic, but behavioral changes need to happen. Holistic, integrated waste management needs to be enhanced. But the reason why we are here today in Plastic Pact, we are trying to see how the private sector could start thinking, once you sell a product to a consumer, what happens to the product? Concepts like extended producer responsibility is so very important. So if you just not sell the product, but you must also probably jointly with us and with the other stakeholders think of solutions for those possible waste that could be generated. So I think the report card is also showing, the world has pledged to a sustainable development goal by 2030. Goal number 12 on sustainable consumption and production, we are not doing very well. I just picked out this figure, if I'm not mistaken. Our material footprint, that means the kind of packaging we are producing, in 2017, if I'm not mistaken, was 92 billion metric tons. And by 2060, I think it's going to reach 190 billion metric tons. So it's just fundamental growth. So we need to rethink about packaging. There's things which are overpackaged. We need to see how we could deliver things in a more efficient way that's friendly to the planet. So this is all very, very important because I think WWF is famous with this slide that they say if you continue with this trajectory of material based on hydrocarbon, there'll be more plastic in the ocean than fish by 2050. So I'm going to end my speech by thanking you all for coming. The reason for Plastic Pact is when we did the roadmap, the government drafted it, we had mixed reaction. Now, through this pact where we have the government, the private sector, NGOs and other stakeholders, including people who are with SME Corp and all that, and the embassy is helping us also through external consultants who can help us, so we can jointly draft and decide the way forward. Because I think gone are the days where government knows all. I think we don't want to be prescriptive. Let's jointly take responsibility and draft what are the targets for Malaysia to be having recycled content in a packaging. What are the targets that we can jointly take and implement? And the reason for this is obvious. The big guys, they have got the resources, they've got the funds, they've got the research to do it on their own. But I think this is a collective effort where if we could join hands, we could do it together. We not only help us to optimize resource, but it also helps us to take collective decisions that can have cascading effects to the whole value chain and create a new plastic economy. So this is ultimately so important, and I hope through the many presentations you will hear today, we will get people to sign up to this pact. And we have devised this pact to have various working groups which you will be assigned to help us draft actions that we jointly have to take, probably on extended producer responsibility, on communication, education, public awareness. I think when a Malaysian walks into any retail store, there's very little education happening. We buy a product, we pay for the product, and we leave. There's no real active, although some are taking some actions, but there's no active engagement or input to the consumer on how he can add more responsibility for the products that he has bought. So all this needs a change. And change is always difficult, but if we do it collectively, then I think we can make a more sustainable future for just not Malaysia, but for the planet. I was told that 125 organizations signed up to be part of the Pact. Today's briefing will probably enforce it further. There are some mechanisms, there's some payment to do it together. We were looking at figures that I think my colleagues will share later. We'll be doing a poll on the willingness of payment by the industry based on your your returns, so you can do a poll later that my colleagues will do, so that it will let us know what is the kind of economic base that we have to run this pact. There's many new pacts. South Africa just introduced their pact, and I personally feel this pact is the way forward, where we work collectively in a very conducive ecosystem to create policies for the future and the present on plastic. I think I've exhausted my points. Thank you all so much, and thank you for being here. By the way, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Nagu. I oversee the environment and climate change sector. And just to tell you all, Malaysia's climate change contribution to the world, I mean, our GHG emission is only about 0.6% of the global emission. But plastic's contribution to the GHG is about 2.3% based on 2019 figures. So that's how big the plastic footprint is towards the environment. So I hope you're convinced, and we have to do this together, not for us, probably for us as well, but for our future generation and for the whole biodiversity. Let's leave a planet still vibrant with wonderful biodiversity that we have. Thank you so much.